Hey Spiker Stormy or Demost Alliance, it's me, Spiker Southern. Coming to this video, I am finally turning more Minecraft mobs into more designs that would fit into my Craftverse. So yeah, it's also been a while since I've last done this. And the mobs I used were a skeleton, a iron golem, a fox, and the wither. The wither is my least favorite design out of them all, but shouldn't take as long as some other ones. But anyways, let's get into this video. Now let's roll intro and let's go. Like and subscribe if you enjoy this video. Hey, it's me, your favorite gamester overseer known as Gamester here. It's been a while, so yeah. I just want to say that I have been working on some pretty interesting creatures, but these creatures are from Minecraft as well. I really enjoyed that last time. It's been a while because some of these other ones were a little interesting, hard to duplicate. I also had to remake the designs because this world there's two different types of people: regular humans and crafters. So yeah, pretty much like My Hero Academia, but except there's more crafters than there are regular people. But the more regular people are actually somewhat smarter than the actual crafters. But the crafters when they don't make up for intelligence, they make for up in actual creativity. You'll be surprised what they can build and how intelligent some of them are. Now, let's get back into what I'm talking about. The first one I added for once is actually the skeleton. It was a little difficult because I had to use their energies and had to somewhat use a creeper energy. I'm from a project I'm working on. I'm working on a hybrid between a creeper and another one. I'm not telling you which one, so yeah, you're gonna look out for that one. So I had to use the creeper, the ignition part of that energy, but I had to just turn to flame. I added that and it was still a pain because it's like coding a video game character all over again, but over like 5 times harder because you're dealing with energies, and if you do one false move, go boom, shards everywhere. Yeah, and you can even blow up my own face. I'm lucky my regeneration factor is pretty strong. And for the record, I am one of the more powerful overseers. That's because I have my own little mini, how do you say this, pocket multiverse? It's known as the Gamester multiverse. Just a lot of video game references and a lot of stuff like that. But, yeah, I'm pretty powerful compared to, another one, but that guy barely does anything, but he's still pretty scary. Now, a skeleton, I had to give it a bow and arrow, which has unlimited arrows. And for the regular people, this is pretty devastating because this thing around 2 meters tall, and let's just say one shot from that straight through the regular human, they're pretty much a dead man. But they can deal with a potion of healing, like crafted, but they only need like a 1 drop of it to heal them. Whereas the crafters need an entire bottle of the stuff. And let's just say it takes like, for the average human, it tastes like a great medicine. But for the crafters, it tastes like, how do you put this? The thing they like the most. Sort of like ambrosia from Percy Jackson. Yeah, I'm a nerd, okay? I like books and movies, but I prefer games. Oh, all those 3. Sorry. I mean, I like books, games, and movies, but I prefer games. Okay? Let's get to the next one. Now, the next one was a little bit more interesting. I had to make this thing about twice as tall as your average, as the average crafter. but not really twice as tall. It was about a block taller than them, which is staying for like another 3 feet, so the thing stands around 9 feet. I was going for an iron golem, and I took off the vines and all that. I just made the thing a pure silver color, but it's an okay design. The only black you can actually see is actually the separation from how they move around. I also added rounded fists so that way they can actually punch. Yeah, they can also lift up their arms and hit things into the air, but I decided that was too lame and too boring for my version of Iron Golem. So what I did was I added that to it, and now it can punch through solid, how do you say this? Solid iron blocks, which are pretty strong. But it's still impossible to and it can also nearly break through waterlogged blocks, but that was pretty difficult. Like maybe 100 hits from an iron golem in this world, and it can be destroyed. But trust me, it's pretty strong stuff to deal with. But then again, if it's wider than a waterlogged block, it's impossible for an iron golem to break through it. Really, not even D&D can blow through that. So just go for sure how strong iron golems I made in this world are. And they have about 100 hit points. Crafted have the ability to see how much health a iron golem is on, because every single time they hit them with a weapon, they see a little crack starting to form on them. So yeah, and over time they can actually start withering away themselves. But it's a little rarer because they are struck by lightning quite often because of how tall they are, and also by their frickin' arm body. And when they die, they drop around only an ingot of iron, because I make it like that, and so sue me if I made it like Minecraft. But they do have a rare chance of dropping their pumpkin, or an even rarer chance of dropping something called a player iron golem. Basically, whenever the player wants to, they can summon this iron golem like a pet, and it takes on the form of whatever they want. It's basically like a shape-shifting. I might make that one in a future catalog of me making these things. But let's just say they're pretty powerful. They're more powerful than the average crafters. Average iron golem. And I want to say player, it's because I'm a gamer, okay? I'm a gamester. Let's get to the next one. Okay, since today's video is my Craftverse Universe, next video is going to be famous monsters as heroes, then famous monsters as dragons from my Beast verse, and then the fourth video on this week is famous monsters as D&D characters. That's gonna be a pretty interesting idea. And Minecraft mobs if they were dragons. For my final one, I've done this like 3 times. My Amphitheater, for that one time I did a bunch of random drawings, and that 3 drawings I've done of a Ravager, a Creeper, and I forget the other one. But yeah, now let's go back into this video. Now the first one I made was actually me taking a break and making something a little bit goofy. And since one of my favorite video games, Minecraft, got an update where they added some more mobs. My personal favorite being the fox, which I believe came from the aquatic update, but I don't remember, to be honest. But hey, I decided to add the foxes into this world. This is just me from the past working on them. The crafters know that I exist and so to the human, but they call me Notch because after the video game creator Um, they just don't really worship me like a god because, hey, I'm just a gamer. I'm no big, powerful Hebrew god. I'm not that powerful. The All-Seer is that powerful. He can destroy this multiverse if we wanted to just by the snap of his fingers. So, yeah. That's pretty scary, to be honest. But, the foxes. They are pretty much a orange color with some white on their stomach. Um, they're also known to leap up and then jump down, or and fall down feet first, and onto a chicken. I'm actually in this world made them tameable, and you can have a near unlimited amount to be tamed. Which, trust me, these things are quite cute. And they also have a habit, I picked up and made myself, of actually digging into the ground and sleeping in a hole. Or digging into the side of a cave and sleeping in that hole. Since they're 1 block tall, which is 3 feet tall, they are pretty large. Well, technically they are small in 1 block, but they can only dig out 1 block at a time, and that's where they sleep somewhere. Or if you assign them a name and assign them to a little house area and put their name on a sign, then actually they will sleep there, no matter how big. So yeah, that was a pretty interesting energy layout right there. It was the chain of command energy layout I had to use. So yeah, since I'm this powerful, I've actually made my own energy layout system with permission from the Overseer, which is the multiverse overseer. The All-Seer is the guy who looks over everything around here. So yeah, I have permission from my Overseer to actually do this, and I made my own energy layout called the System of Command Energy Layout. Some people also use it on a smaller scale, but it's like pathfinding, to be honest. But it's a little bit more difficult and a lot harder to use for energy layouts of game mobs. So yeah, that's a little difficult to deal with. Now let's move on to the final one of this catalog I'm doing. Now the final one I'm showing now is a very, very, very dangerous one. It is the frickin' Wither. The reason why I decided to add the Wither in here is because I was just bored, and I wanted to have, and I was going through a phase when I was a little sadistic, and I still kind of am, to be honest, but I'm not as sadistic as I was back then. So I made this little creature to do the destructive stuff that what a creeper can't do. It's pretty much your average Wither, except I've actually made them to where they can actually spawn. I do multiple ways, but mainly a rare spawn in the Nether, even they're in the overworld, but they will always spawn near an abandoned portal. But they also have a new ability besides being some. Oh, also for the record, they can also still be summoned by placing the blocks of soul sand and then summoning them in with the 3 wither skeleton skulls on top. Yeah, that still works, but they also have the third ability. Another ability is to actually summon wither skeletons, and trust me, it's a little scary. And they still drop the wither skill. They still drop the sorry, not wither skeleton, the nether star when you kill them. And other than that, another rare drop they have is another player wither, which is similar to the um, player Iron Golem. Except these things are a lot rarer. I'm talking like a 0.1% chance of dropping, whereas the player on Golem has a 5% chance of dropping. So yeah, just goes to show how rare they are compared to each other. Now for the Winter Dragon, well, that's even rarer. But hey, I'll go over that one in a second. Well, possibly like 2 more times from now. They're just stupidly rare. Another thing that can drop is a Wither Skull, which is actually a helmet that gives you the ability when you punch something to, if you punch air, well, for like the craft aware that they punch air, they have the ability to, at will, summon a skull and shoot it at their opponent. Which, trust me, is pretty powerful. It still exposes the area around them. And yes, it can be upgraded, and yes, it can be enchanted. There's a few enchantments I personally made for this one alone. One enchantment is called Rabbit Fire. Basically, they can spam hit the air, and they can actually cause a lot more damage. Increased withering, increased explosive, increased range are some extra ones. And then there's 1 through 5 for each one of them. If you manage to get them all maxed out on them, you can snipe someone from about 100 blocks away. Well, technically closer to about 1,000 blocks away, as long as you know a player was in that area. And the explosive power will make a charged creeper look puny. It has the ability to destroy around 10 blocks in every area and about 15 blocks down. And then and an outward form like a stairwell from every block out there. But then a 10 by 10 by 15 down area is your average hole. And then if the Rabbit Fire, like I stated, you can then summon 5 per time you hit the air. So yeah, do the math. It's a pretty massive hole, and that person's long dead. So yeah, that's all I got for today. And I'm Gamesta, signing out. Goodbye, and peace out, every single person who is listening to this stupid recording of me just making these creatures. I hope you enjoyed today's video, because that's all the time I got for today. Until next time, subscribe to Adrian's Podcast Army or Do Must Alliance. Goodbye, and peace out, everyone.